Hey, so today we're gonna be taking a look inside of my camera bag. This is the first time I've ever done a what's in my camera bag video. None of you are requesting, but I kind of felt like, you know, the year is just about over and I wanna see next year, like how my gear has progressed and like how my way of thinking about bringing things has progressed. So I'm kind of just doing this for like myself, but we're gonna be taking a look on what I normally keep in my camera bag. So before we get started, I normally film music videos. I also do like live performance stuff, and the only difference there is I'll probably add a grip because with my live performance stuff, it's kind of optimized for Instagram. So I film vertically, so that grip really helps me grip my camera. But aside from that, this is kind of just like everyday camera bag kind of music videos, but I don't really use that much gear. Anyway, let's get into it. So my bag is from Bag Smart. I'll have the actual bag in the description below. The reason I got this bag was just because of the stylish nature of it. But what I will say is that it's very wide, and that kind of makes it a little awkward as far as like actually putting it on because it's so wide. I just wasn't expecting it, to be quite honest. That's my only complaint about this bag. So let's jump right on in. There is this front pocket to kind of hold some stuff, but what I keep in here are multi-tools. So these are, you're not gonna be able to see it. These are small rig multi-tools, and I do have a cage and I rig up all my stuff. So those live there, and that's pretty much all that I keep in here, but there is a whole bunch of storage space. But for me, my multi-tools live in that spot. And then there's quick access right here to this little pouch thingy, but we will get into that because you can also reach it from the inside or the other side. So on this side, there is a pouch for probably a water bottle. And then on this side, there is a strap for a tripod. And this actually comes off and it dangles off of the side. And it's a nice little pouch for a little tripod. I don't really use tripods too much. Every now and then this will hold my Ronin SC, but not too frequently. So let's jump into the bag itself. It does not, nothing falls out. So this is kind of how I have my bag laid out. So we have my lenses on this side, my cameras, my monitor, and then like some accessories, and then we have this little pouch. So let's start off with the most boring thing, this little pouch. This is the little pouch that comes with it, and this is kind of just like my extra stuff. So primarily I have batteries in here, but I also have like gaff tape, stuff to clean my lenses. Right now, I guess I have a remote for the camera. And then I also have ear plugs. These are from Eargasm. These are the best earplugs that you can really get. They're like $40, so they're worth the investment. I do live performances and stuff like that, and concerts are loud. Concerts are very loud. And then I also have my really small 3.5 millimeter cable for my microphone when I have it on top. Oh, and there's a little zipper with 2 compartments. So for that, I have a little SD card adapter for my laptop because it doesn't have any ports on it. So that's what I'm looking for, or that's what we're looking at as far as this little pouch. So like I say, it's just, I use it for a whole bunch of like random accessories and stuff. I don't know where to put anything else. Underneath the pouch, I actually have this thing, and this is a set of extremely crappy ND filters. Wow. These are square filters, which I actually kind of like. I like the square filters. They prep me for having a matte box, which I will definitely have. But generally the square filters, they like let you have a gradient. They have gradient filters, which means that you get more of like the ND at the top and then none at the bottom, which is really good for filming outside because, as you know, the sky itself is very, very bright. So you might not need to take off the entirety of the exposure. You can just darken up the top of it, and you can stack them too. So you can take down the entire exposure and then also just darken the sky, and now you're left with a really pretty image. So I'm an advocate of the square indie filters, but not the newer ones. These ones were like $20 and they are terrible. They have such like a purple cast. Everything turns purple. It's really terrible and hard to work with. Jumping back into my camera bag itself. So I have my lenses with their focal length, focal range on them. So I have them labeled, and I carry like 3 lenses generally. I am using the Sigma primes for the E-mount. I have a Sony system. So what's on there right now is a 16mm lens. That's what's doing all of this. And then I have the 30-1.4 and the 56-1.4. So I have that little lens set, and I have them nice and accessible just right here because I'm probably gonna be switching between them pretty frequently. Here at the bottom, I actually have a little recorder just in case. This is the Zoom H1 and it has this really crappy Sony lav mic, but just in case we got that down there because you never know. You never know. Up here at the top, this is the small HD Focus 7, and it has a small rig cage, which will let me put on this little hood, and that is amazing because this monitor is really nice. It's really big. It's freaking gigantic. It's a 7-inch monitor. It's really big, but it's very reflective. Like, it might be bright enough to actually see outside, but it's just way too reflective to actually be able to see outside. So now that small rig has finally come out with a cage for it, it like changes everything because you can actually use it outside. Underneath that, I have a space for my Sony a6400. Again, what I'm using right now is a 6400 with the Sigma 16mm 1.4, and that's what's giving you this beautiful face right here. My B cam is the Sony a5100, again with the cage. This time it's a little bit more necessary. I got this secondhand for like $100, and the battery door isn't there, and the SD card door isn't there. So the cage is actually a little bit more beneficial, so it protects that open battery door. But with both of my cameras, I set them so that the grip is facing up so I can easily just go and grab them. Underneath that is my side handle. This is the aluminum side handle from SmallRig. It's designed for like their phones, but it's the only side handle that isn't made of wood, which I greatly appreciate because I don't like the wooden look. Underneath that, I have this camera strap. It's nice and pink and paracord and cute looking. I always have this camera strap if I'm going handheld because I don't trust myself and I will break my camera. I will 100% drop it. I don't doubt that I would just drop it thinking that I have this on. But on the end of it, I don't know if you can see that, there is this little clip, and I literally just clip it onto my cage and then I can take it off right away. So it's very, very seamless. Very quick, very efficient. You'll notice I have another one on this little camera too. I need something that reassures that I'm not just gonna drop my camera. Over here on the side, I have this. This is an SD card holder. I got it from the local camera shop for like $10, and it looks like it holds about 8 of these little SD cards. So we got that. I've grown quite a collection of SD cards over the course of buying these lenses because they all came with one. Next, in that same pocket, I have the Aperture M9, just a little light, and then the Aperture MC, a little bit bigger of a light, because you never know when you're gonna need some lights, so you always gotta have them ready in a pinch. And finally, over here in this last pocket, this pocket is kind of my like whatever type of pocket. This one's kind of flexible. I actually have to change out these rings to something that's actually gonna work because this one doesn't work with it anymore. But this is my mount for my ND filters. So it just screws on to the end of your lens, and now you can hold some ND filters. I have to mention, I hardly ever use ND filters. That's why I haven't like invested into like some pretty nice ones. I just don't use them ever. I never film in the daytime. I'm always filming at night. That's why investing in really fast glass is a little bit more important than investing in an ND filter. So all of your gear is really gonna depend on what kind of stuff you film. And finally, in this little pocket, your laptop is supposed to go in there. But for me, I have this gray card just in case I'm running dual camera setup and I have to like set my white balance or something for both of the cameras. But that has been what's in my camera bag at the end of 2019. So like I said, I'm actually gonna keep this down. Boom. So like I said, I shoot Sony. Like I said, I film with Sony cameras and I mostly do like music videos. Sometimes I'll do live performances. One thing, you know, my bag is slightly flexible. if I'm doing a live performance, I'm gonna go and slap on this, what brand is this? The Mikey, the little battery grip, so I can have that verticalness. I might have the Tamron 28-75 if I want to like be able to zoom, because I like having that flexibility of like zooming in and out on certain stuff, because that's kind of like part of my style a little bit. So there, I might like throw some there's a little variation with what I'm actually gonna keep in my camera bag, but for the most part, this always goes with me. And you know, if I am doing a music video, I'll probably have like a lighting bag and stuff like that. But this is all of the gear aside from my Ronin that I use on a daily basis. So thank you so much for watching. Let me know what gear you use in the comments below. How does mine look? Do you like what I use? Do you use any of this? Leave your comments about my bag and what gear I'm using in the comments below. Also, if you liked the video, be sure to subscribe and all that. And that's all I have for you. So yeah.